in the end, the Supreme Court, in looking when it does look into this particular case, will not be looking at the big picture per se. It will be looking at this particular case, the cyber libel case. So I know you do want to skirt the problem of sub judice, but is there any way you can answer, you can respond to the question as to how exactly you intend to convince the Supreme Court?
Well, simply, so this is something that you will see once we file it, but this is a constitutional issue. It's a constitutional issue, right? Can you actually, period of prescription, is it 1 year, 15 years, 12 years? I mean, how many times do we change the period of prescription for libel, which, by the international law, actually has a low. Part of the reason that the Philippines, before this instance, used 1 year is because this is a speech issue. It's a free speech issue. People say it, people write it, and the turnover is high. So I also think this will have massive implications for everyone who writes. And that includes your social media feeds, that includes journalists. We also have precedents that's been set, and I mean, the most recent ones are there, but I don't want to speak like my lawyer because that will certainly be there. But I will say the legal acrobatics to get us to this point demands justice from the Supreme Court, and we will go to the Supreme Court. I have to remain optimistic. In many ways, again, there were a lot of acrobatics to get these cases to court and to be able to carry it to this level. And I really hope that, like I said before, I don't think this is about me or Ray or Rappler. I think there's far larger issues at stake. And Ed, I think the reason why I don't do tit for tat, it's kind of like it's the upside down. For doing my job, I shouldn't be dealing with 10 arrest warrants. I shouldn't be having to spend most of my time with lawyers. This is a system of harassment and intimidation that we continue to push away because I do believe in the end, rule of law will win. But that's where I appeal to the justices, and now I will appeal to the justices of the Supreme Court to make the decision. I do believe there will be rule of law, and I believe that when tested, the Filipino comes through. This is part of the reason, we're not blinking. We just continue. We do our jobs, and I continue to appeal to the justices. And now, I'm happy to be going to the Supreme Court.